Next Level Nation, welcome back to another very special, as always, episode of Next Level University, where we teach you how to level up your life, your love, your health, and your wealth. We hope you enjoyed our latest episode. It was with the one and only Mike Kim. We talked about, oh, look at this. I have the book right here. You Are the Brand is the name of the episode, after Mike's best-selling book.
I also have the book.
Yes,
right
you do.
here.
Today, for episode number 763, it is Motivation Monday. Rock bottom is a great place to build a new foundation. I think for a lot of people, when they look back on their past, when they created the most momentum in their life was after some of the most painful times that they've experienced. I think back to one of the stories that, if you've listened to us for a while, you've heard me tell, is one of my ex-girlfriends wanted to go to California. She wanted to chase her dreams, and I tried to convince her not to, and she ended up leaving me. And I usually don't go very into detail about the story, but when she left me, I had a 2-bedroom duplex to myself. My rent went from $600 a month to $1,350 because everything doubled plus some. I had a $400 car payment. I was living in this big place all by myself, and it was just like so lonely. I was just so lonely. I remember going to bed at night, and it was just this like empty feeling, just quiet, dark, nobody there, just feeling like I was on an island. But I also know that that lit a fire in me. I was hitting the gym harder. That's when I started my self-improvement, personal development journey. That is a lot of the motivation that helped me start the podcast. It turned me into a person who wanted to get better. I felt so much pain when she had left me because I felt like she left me because I wasn't a good man, or I wasn't valuable, or I wasn't smart enough. All of these things. That rock bottom moment created this amazing foundation for the person that you see today. And genuinely, Alan, you and I have talked about this behind the scenes. If that breakup didn't happen, I don't know if I would be where I am today. So if you can really, really lean into the understanding of, look, I know it probably sucks right now. I know it's probably difficult right now. I was on the phone with an entrepreneur earlier who has $143 in his bank account. And like, that sucks. And we've been there. I've been negative in the bank account. That sucks. But that's also an amazing place for you to build a new foundation, for you to learn things that you didn't know you had to learn. If you can turn those negatives into positive possibilities, your future can be very, very bright. And I think a lot of us run from that. We run from the pain. We run from that rock bottom. But rock bottom truly is the best place to build a brand new, stronger than ever foundation.
Your adversity is your advantage, and rock bottom. It's interesting because there's so many different stories that I could tell about this, and I think I want to go with the main one that changed everything for me. And if you're out there listening, you may or may not have heard this story before, but I want to tell it quickly. So when I was 2 years old, my father passed away in a car accident when he was 28 years old. Okay. I'm 26 years old, and I have, again, like Kevin and I talk about, what I thought was success. I had a master's degree, I had a bachelor's degree in computer engineering, and I had a master's in marketing and technological innovation with a concentration in e-business, an MBA, master's in business. And I'm making well over $150,000 a year, almost $200,000 a year back in 2014. It's 2015, and I'm up in New Hampshire with my little cousin. I've got a beautiful girlfriend at the time. I've got, tons of corporate friends, tons of high school friends, tons of college friends. I'm invited to every party. I remember I used to say that I was going to be either the best man or in the wedding party of 11 different weddings. That's how many associations I had. I remember I was everybody's friend, and I was at all the barbecues and the parties and all that stuff. I was in a fraternity, all that. So I had what I thought was success. I was a 1% earner at the time. I had a huge portfolio of stocks and investments. I was completely out of debt. I paid off $84,000 worth of debt in 1 year back in 2014. And by the tail end of 2015, I have well over $100,000 in my bank account. I was making lots of money, huge bonus checks, working for a top tier tech company in the world. And I'm managing all of Western New England at the time. I managed Connecticut, I managed Western Mass, and I managed Vermont. And I'm on the road, I'm traveling, I'm getting paid to travel. I'm also making money because I was paid, I believe, 52 cents per mile. And I was driving a 2004 Volkswagen Passat. So I was driving a really, really cheap car. I bought it in cash for $5,000. And the 52 cents on the mile is for nicer cars than that. And so I was banking most of that money. And I'm actually living at home at the time. So I'm literally banking all money, banking tons and tons of money because I have very little rent, very low expenses. I drive a 2004 car that I paid in cash. And I thought that I had it made. Lots of parties, all that stuff. Beautiful girlfriend, all that. I'm 26 years old. I'm up in New Hampshire. I'm playing Call of Duty with my little cousin. And we're going to TGI Fridays. This is a Friday night. And we're not drinking or anything like that, but we're going to TGI Fridays. And it's a dark winter. Back in 2015, up in New Hampshire, the snowbanks were covering the signs because it was like a horrible winter. Tons of potholes, blah, blah, blah. Dark night. I'm at this intersection. I thought the road stayed right. It actually stayed left. The yield sign was actually covered with snow, so I couldn't see it. I ended up on the wrong side of the road, and I literally looked up, and 10 feet in front of me, I thought was a Mack truck. It was actually a lift-kitted pickup truck. Up in New Hampshire, there's a lot of trucks with lift kits. And I remember I thought, this is it. This is the end. This is the end for me. Now, remember, my father passed away in a car accident when he was 28. I'm 26 at the time, and this messed with me. Fortunately, the airbags did go off. I was driving a 2004 Volkswagen Passat, which I used to call the tank. It was a very, very, I used to call it the steel trap tank. It's like a really heavy, German engineered car. And both airbags did deploy. So I hurt my face on the airbag. My cousin hurt his knee on the airbag. But we were okay. Normally in my speeches, I show the picture of this car. And I've seen the pictures of my father's car, and they don't look very different. And so this messed me up. My little cousin was 17 at the time, and he was tweeting about it. He was totally fine. He had that sort of like teenage invincibility complex thing going on. But for me, I was 26 and I was messed up. And by messed up, I mean emotionally, mentally, and spiritually. Physically, I was okay. Mentally, emotionally, and spiritually, I was messed up. And after that, I definitely struggled with some PTSD stuff. Double yellow lines scared me. I kept getting pulled over because I was too far on the right side of the road. I got claustrophobic. Ceiling fans bothered me when they were too close to my head. Crowds would bother me. I had a lot to work through. But what mattered was post-traumatic growth. I got into personal development after that. I found a book by Bronnie Ware called The Top 5 Regrets of the Dying. And the number one regret of the dying is I wish I had lived a life true to myself and not what others expected of me. So yeah, I could tell you how bad that was. I could tell you how hard that was. And it was super, super challenging. It messed me up. I had so much regret. I questioned whether or not my whole life was wrong. I questioned who I was as a man. I questioned my choices. I questioned my drinking. But I wouldn't be the man I am today if that didn't happen. And so when you're in the dark, if you can believe in yourself and believe in your own ability to transform, it actually can be a springboard leading you to the next level. And that is just how your adversity is your advantage. If you believe in yourself and your own ability to transform, your adversity is your advantage. I had a very, very challenging childhood. I lost my father when I was 2. That was the beginning of my life, right? So right out of the gate, I wasn't going to have anything normal. But that made me stronger. Every single time adversity struck, I found a way to learn and grow and get stronger. And so your adversity is not, a bad thing if you can learn how to grow from it and become more strong from it, more intelligent from it. I've made more intelligent choices ever since that car accident. And that's why I'm grateful for it. So just like in Mario Kart, when you leave the path in order to hit one of those boosters, that's what adversity can be if you have the courage to believe in yourself and set a new standard.
It's interesting too, because if you think about it, like all of the people, we talk about this all the time, like all the people that we look up to, and probably that if you're watching or listening, you look up to, they sucked at the beginning of their journey and nobody believed in them. And it's the same with their experiences. A lot of these people have had like really, really tough, difficult experiences that people who find them later in life don't know. Whether it's Lori Harder or Cheryl Hunter, or like, if you went back and listened to our podcast with a lot of these people, you'd realize like all of them, Anthony Trucks, Dave Meltzer lost $150 million, like that's rock bottom. That's like a difficult thing. So everybody has their rock bottom. It depends on what you're going to do with it, like Alan said. So yeah, we wanted to talk about that.
You can either stay stuck there, or you can use that rock bottom to set a new standard for yourself and to transform. Everyone out there listening, you can transform. It's a choice. And when adversity comes your way, the only wrong answer is to sit back and stay the same.
I feel like on these Mondays, I get to do my Eddie Pinero. Shout out to Eddie Pinero,
Eddie
your
P.
world within. I get to do the motivational Mondays. Next Level Nation, we are happy and excited to announce that our 5th round of group coaching is launching on January 4th at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Alan, what is Next Level Group Coaching?
Next Level Group Coaching is basically a group of 10 people. For Group 4, we actually had 11, which was awesome. But it's 10 people who actually... So there's 3 versions of us. There's who we used to be, which a lot of you just heard about today in this episode. There's who we are now, and then there's who we aspire to be. That's the 3 parts of all of us. And the unfortunate thing is that most people love us for who we used to be or for who we are now. Very few people actually support us for who we aspire to be. And so the cool thing about Next Level University is that we actually value your next level more than your current level. And that's very, very rare. And so group coaching is basically us pouring into who you aspire to be, and a group of people who all want to focus more on who they aspire to be than who they are now and who they used to be. And I think that's critical, because once you replant yourself out of a toxic environment that does not support who you aspire to be, and then plant yourself in an environment that's nutritious for who you aspire to be, unbelievable things can happen. I actually audio messaged, we have 4 groups of group coaching. The first one was Ambitious Army. The second one was Gratitude with Attitude. The third one was Tribe of Abundance. And then the 4th one is Pursuit of Excellence. And the 4th one is still going right now. But all 4 of those groups I audioed today in WhatsApp, and there's still a group of people in there. And basically, because we have a Next Level U mobile app coming out, and I want them to be users since they use peak performance tracking. So if you want to sign up for Group 5, it's going to be $147 per month for 3 months. Okay, it's a 3-month, 90-day, achieve more in 90 days than you ever have on a like-minded, growth-oriented team. It will change your life. Peak performance tracking is included. The mobile app will be included as well. So please sign up. Go to nextleveluniverse.com, click group coaching, and then see the video and check out the details there. And honestly, it's about time that you get around a group of people who care more about who you aspire to be than just who you used to be.
And if you're in lonely land, this is one of the things I like to say, and it's heart driven, but no BS. That's what we try to do here. If you're in lonely land and you're in this community, it's because you've chosen to be in lonely land. There's so many opportunities to find like-minded people, whether it's book club, whether it's the live podcast, whether it's group coaching, whatever it may be. Like, there are opportunities out there for you to find like-minded people. And we've actually had people come back from one group to come to the next group because they valued it so much. And I think we already have several people on the waiting list for the 5th group.
We do.
So make sure you get in that quickly.
Bianca already signed up for it.
Yeah. And that's why we're talking about it now. We usually don't start talking about it until like 2 weeks before, but there's a lot of people who want to be in. So if you want to get your spot, make sure you go to the website, like Alan said, fill out the application, and we would love to see you there. You're going to get a more next level behind the scenes version of us as well. We talk about a lot of amazing things on the podcast, but we talk about more personal, specific things to you in one-on-one or one-to-group coaching.
Is there really a better way to start 2022 than with a like-minded team of growth-oriented people? It's January 4th. So right after the new year, new you, like commit and invest in yourself.
Cool. Next Level Nation, our next episode is last week's live podcast, letting go of what's no longer serving you. I very much enjoyed this one. This was one of our best, I think. As always, we love you. We appreciate you. We are grateful for each and every one of you. And we do not have fans. We have family. We will talk to you all tomorrow.
Talk to you soon.
Bye.